Well, quite a big backpack, but then I've got drone, tripod, and God knows what else in there, in the camera bag. Finally decent weather, finally heading out after weeks of sitting inside. That's terrible. Been so lazy. So, anyway, head out and get first drone of the year. And only the second trip here while I've been here. This was for the last nearly 4 or 5 weeks. Terrible. Anyway, so get my exercise in. That's a good 10 or 15 kilos probably. Anyway, well, I've finished building the parking lot and it looks quite nice. This looks like a grassy field. I finished building on this building. Still summer. And there's Hollingskarva. Still snow. Amazing. No snow in Hardangervidda. Hopefully I'll be able to head out there on Monday. So I'm taking the scenic route so I can get some views. And this pack is quite heavy. There's a stubbuter. Been turned into accommodation, I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think there's smoking or hanging meat there though. It looks really old. So, no idea what they use it for. That's a stubbuter though. Very traditional. That's new, that cabin there. So, a bit noisy right next to the road. Anyway, lots and lots and lots of cabins. So, I don't know if this is focusing or not. This is the old S5. I really should sell it and get the new S5 with the better autofocus. But there's no rush. So, my train station's closed, so I'm stuck here until the 5th or 6th of September, no matter what I do. And there's Hollingskarva. Well, just in case you didn't realize, that's fallen down, but that's to the center of town, Centrum. All of 2 buildings. So, whoops. Yeah, that's about right. That's the ski trail. I have to turn off auto ISO. And we have some traffic. That's the second car now. So, I was worried my boots would be no good, but they seem to be alright. They're a little tight in the toe box. So 2 cars, Jesus. Alright. Anyway, they're a little tight in the toe box, but they're working now. So, I think they'll be okay for hiking along Hardangervidda. That could be a long hike. 14 or 15k with 35 kilos or 30 kilos. I don't know. That might. A little worried about getting a heart attack. So I'm shit out of shape. Anyway, I could drop it and just do day trips. I'm definitely not taking the drone with me though if I get a Hardangervidda. Drone, which is in my backpack there, weighs a ton. And so I have to hike way to the end of all these and past another car, all these hitters. Because there's too many telephone poles and wires to drone here. You can see all the rain has washed away parts of the road here. So, anyway, got 40 minutes to go. And then a half an hour to get to the top of a knoll. Because the road ends right by some cabins. I can't drone right next to them, and there's no view. So then I have to bushwhack along Goat Trail get to the top of the nearest knoll where I can drone, and I'm a little worried about this breeze. I don't want it to pick up because you can't really drone in the wind. But anyway, here's a panorama of Ustaoset. Enough cabins anyway. And there's where we live, in the big building. And I've actually filled the lake up. So, anyway. Well, there's one landmark. The witch. Well, it means I've gone about a third of the way. I haven't seen the benches yet. I may have passed them down there. So, going very slowly. I've used 25 minutes already. Should only be 45 minutes up, but I'm going to use over an hour. I'm stopping and filming for posterity every few yards, because I haven't done a video in a long time. So, plus, I'm a fat bugger. I'm out of shape. So that's no good. But anyway. It's all up, up, up. Another 150 meters to go up, I think, or 100 and something meters. It's about 250 meters up, or 200 meters maybe. Check on the map. I'm at the turnoff. Ustaoset over Emma is to the right, which is where I'm going. Not the Ustaoset, but a little bit of the way there. Or you can go to Ustaoset over Hesteberget and to Rykehovden, which I've done many times. That's a bit too far. And the yellow cabin is up there, just up that hill and over a bit. It's the shortcut, which I could have taken, but I want to take the scenic route. Maybe do that on the way down. I don't know. But I want to get droning. I haven't droned in 2 years. My main worry is the wind. And I haven't droned in over 2 years. So I want to get to the closest droning spot, which is up here. And you have to walk all the way for an hour or 45 minutes and up 200 meters just to get away from the cabins and all the power lines. So you can see there's power lines everywhere. I don't know if some of those are phone lines, but I think they're all power lines, and it's everywhere, so really can't drone here at all. So you have to go right to the end of the Hittefeld, where the cabins end, which is a pain. And to get out of the bush, into the bush as well. So that is one downside in summer. In winter on skis it goes a lot faster. Well, maybe not uphill. Well, there's a bit too many cabins. As you can see here. Just really went a bit crazy. So, oops, that right. Cabins stretch way to the left, all the way to yellow, just about. This is interesting. Now I was wondering what this was, but I can see now. He appears to be drilling a well on his property. I would have thought they'd have running water up here, but obviously not. So maybe it's just backup, who knows? I don't know if the other cabins have wells. Maybe. It's strange. There's actually a little creek running right by, you can just barely see. But anyway. Okay. So this is where we do dog leg. That just goes to some cabins. I've never been to Kultaugrunden, but it's a long way that way somewhere. Halfway to Yale, another 10k or something. So I'm not going there. Anyway, so it's just up there and then left. And then we start getting closer. So this is where we hang a left. Ustaoset, Kultaugrunden goes that way. I could go there, I guess, and then stop at a knoll and dig out the drone. I know, like this wind, you can see from the pennant up there, the vimpel, it's really blowing, and I might have to dig out the mic because I'll get a lot of wind noise on the mic. So that's no good. I may have dragged the drone up for nothing we'll see when we get up there. Maybe it'll die down. It's a breeze, it's not bad, but any wind is no good for the drone. Well, wind is no good. It's not blowing that much. I think it should be alright, but there's Holling's got a goal is the yellow cabin, and then up that knoll, that hill with the pointy rock to the right. Unless I want to go all the way up to Emaha, but it'll blow even more there. I think this wind's going to be alright. I don't think it's too bad. Little borderline. Maybe you can see the pennant and you hear the wind noise. So I may have to stick on a mic soon. The only thing is, my camera bag's too small. If I've got the mic attached, I can't stick it in, which is kind of a pain. I need a bigger camera bag. I've only got the one lens for this. Well, I have some macro lenses, but obviously that's for use at home. So, there's Holling's. Let's see if we can go all the way over there to Rukin. And then all the way over there. All the way to Yaddo. But these are the last 3 or 4 cabins up this way. And that's how far you have to go. Let's see, I've used 40 minutes. More or less on the dot, so it is 45 minutes up. I was going very slowly too, so it's not too bad. Recording, alright. Well, that's the landmark, that's the altitude, 1122. We climb up from about 980, so it's maybe not that far. 980,000, that's 20 plus 140 meters. I have to go up the hill there and find the goat trail, and then that's when I stop. This is the landmark because it's the last, more or less the last cabin before you hit the ski trail or the trail to Amahaya, which is on top of that huge hill, which I don't feel like going up. That's really the last cabin there, but it doesn't count. And the road ends just up here, and ski trail bends around to the left. That's Snarlopa, which I always go, and then the main trail, you can see someone coming along it, just barely in the distance. I don't know if I can focus. Oh, what happened to my... Anyway. Somewhere in the distance, someone's coming. That goes to Emaha up there. I could do that, but I kind of want a drone, and I think it'll be droneable. Just have to bushwhack up that hill. Anyway, I'm a bit concerned about the wind and the drone flying away on me. I'm having to do lots of firmware updates or crashing it. I haven't done this in 2 years, so I'm a bit nervous. It's still an expensive drone, even if it's nearly 5 years old. Nearly 6 years old. So Mavic 2 Pro. So I found the goat trail. It was a goat trail. Alright. I think this is it. I'm not sure. I have to cross the creek and then head up there. Alright. Anyway. Ja, mor, hadde du klart det? Over noen bekker. Tror det hadde gått greit da, med staver I hvert fall. Men nå ja. Det med balansen, vet du. Well, there's a few blueberries, but I don't know how close this will focus. Not very many, and they're very small. So, there's a few there, but not many. Some crackling as well. And no titterbær. Anyway, upar. Chilo. Well, oh crap. It's 90-degree shutter. There we go. Screwed up my shutter angle. But it's blowing still, comes and goes. Now it's fine, but a few seconds ago wasn't so good. There's my vodka. I've been here. There's Hallingskarvet back there, and you can see Pan all the way to Rjukan, all the way over there. I didn't have any breakfast, so I'm not going to make a long trip. But I get my day's exercise anyway, and then beer and sausage, I think, because it's going to be nice weather until about this evening, and then it's going to start raining. And then tomorrow it's going to pour. I'm glad I got out. First trip in ages and weeks. That's terrible. I'm such a fat bastard. Anyway, so I'm concerned about the wind. And then I'll probably have to update the firmware, and the batteries could die. And last time I was here, I droned that way. I went to the top of that hill, droned that way, and then I went behind a little knoll and lost connection. I lost complete contact with it, and luckily it returned to home. Thank God for that, otherwise I would have lost it for sure. There's no way I'm going to find it 200 meters in the bush for me if it goes down, so and it's time for a new drone anyway, probably, but I'm having 3 or something. But it's a lot more expensive too. This still gets some really good results, and I don't really feel like I need one just yet. I'd like a little one, a little baby one, please. This is very heavy. So a little baby drone would be good, especially on overnight hikes when you're carrying a lot of tent and all that stuff. Then it would be good with a much smaller drone. The Mini 3 Pro or whatever it's called. I think that would be good. Not nearly as good quality, but still pretty good. So anyway, so I don't think that's prolonging it over there. And Tuva's dead ahead in the middle of the frame, more or less. Maybe more that way, I think. There's Tuva, where hopefully I'm heading on Monday. I am not going to hike all the way from Ustaoset all the way up that hill and then all the way across. I think I'm cabbing it because I'm going to have too much, and especially if I take the drone, then that's not going to happen. And I have food and fuel and whatnot for like 5 days, so cap it there but then hike back, and I'm really pleased. My boots, whoops, you can see the strap. Boots turned out alright. They're not too bad. I can hike in these, which is good. I got these on sale, half price, but even so they're expensive, like $300, 1,500 kroner or something, 2,000 kroner, so $200, wheat kroner. Anyway, well, that's that. I'll probably have to update, calibrate the goddamn drone, and all kinds of crap, and then I'll run out of battery, so this could be an abortion. Plus it's blowing a little more than I like. I think it's not too much for the drone, but maybe too much for me, so this could be the time when I'll lose the drone and start a forest fire. I hate to think. So I'm quite nervous. I haven't done this for so long. I know there's going to be updates, and it's blowing. It's calm. I may just abort, but it's really blowing. No, it comes and goes, but I have no idea. It's not going to blow much less than this up here, so I'm not sure. But you can hear from the windows in the mic, there's the goat trail. Just goes along the ridges, and there are cairns there. But anyway, well, I'll turn it on at least, and then at least update and do the compass, whatchamacallit, when I rigmarole, calibrating it. I can do that at least, and then if it's really blowing too much, then I just forget it. That's alright. Well, so much for that. The DJI app, There was someone else droning here too, I could hear it. So we could have gotten mixed signals, but the DJI app on my phone wouldn't even open. I can't fly without it. So that's a major problem. So definitely not going on a Hardanger hike with me. There's a few people out and about at the cabin and hiking up to down there, you can see. And there's cars now at the 11:22. But I don't know what to do if my phone, something to do with my phone and the app. The app was updated, there were no updates for it. I don't know if you're supposed to use a different app now or what. It was working about a year ago when last I tested it. It was a long time ago. But so no droning. So I'm just gonna whack on the I think I'm gonna whack on the microphone because it's very windy, and then start hiking on down. Anyway, that was bloody hopeless. Disappointing. Maybe maybe I will have to buy a new drone. Shit, that's 30,000 kroners for a big one, 15 for a small one. That's a real pain. It's obsolete already. It's only 5 years old. I got it in January 2018 or December 2018. That's obsolescence for you. It sucks. It's a good drone too. I can't believe that. I'll have to look it up when I get back home. I can test it out in the yard or the balcony, I guess, but I have to be able to open the app, otherwise it's useless. Anyway, I'm going to whack on the microphone. So there's still a bit of wind noise, but I've got this big dead cat on, so that should help. It's a shotgun though, so when I'm pointing it away, you're barely going to hear my voice. I'm going to have to shout. And then I can't fit in my bag, which is kind of a pain, but that should cut out the worst of the wind noise. But anyway, as I was saying, if you didn't hear me last time, the app on my phone for the drone doesn't work. It won't even turn on, won't open. It just shuts straight away as soon as you touch it, which is very strange. Could be that it's not compatible with the latest Android or something, or maybe you're supposed to use a new app. I'm not sure. I'll look it up. So that's really annoying. I'll have to go on the forums when I get back. First I get to edit this and have a cold brew and a sausage. 4 sausages. It's pork and ramslök, which is like a kind of wild garlic that grows here. I have to finish that off soon before it goes past by date. Anyway, there's people here. I'm going to take a piss before I head down. Oh, there's people coming back. It looks like they didn't go very far. They just went up the hill a little bit. I'm just going for a stroll. Anyway, so there's 11:22. He's just picking up the steaks, I guess, for winter. I don't know how the sound level's doing. Anyway, very disappointing. I don't know what to do about that. I hope I should be able to get a third-party app to work with it. Otherwise I'm in trouble. Otherwise it's obsolete. There's Hardangerjökull in the distance, the white big glacier by Finse. So disappointing. What are you gonna do? It's blowing a bit too much. You can see by the pennant and the vimpet. So it was borderline, I'd say. Not blowing too much now though. So anyway, so you see there is a bit of a breeze, not much down here. There's more up there. I left 10 minutes ago from the top, so time it left at exactly 12:30, more or less. Maybe I should have done a bigger hike to Amahe and then down and then around to the other side, but it doesn't look like rain yet. That's not until this afternoon. So anyway, if this will focus, I don't know. That was really disappointing. I don't know what to do about that. Really hope it's not obsolete, and I hope it'll work again. I can get it to work with a third-party app, but that's not ideal. I like the DJI Go app. or whatever it's called. So no, not good. God damn, expensive drone too. So, and no updates for it on Google Play. So it's up to date. But if it's not working, could be that it just doesn't work with the newest version of my mobile, the Android version I'm using. I'll have to look it up. I don't think it works. You're not supposed to use the newer app, as far as I know. Anyway, so cute cabins when you need a car, and then in winter you have to go all the way up here, just up all the way up this 150 meters or whatever it is, just to get to the cabin. So that's kind of a drag. This is the ski trail in winter. That's why the Ustaoset are here, so you can find it if it's blowing too much. So you can't drive here in winter. You have to ski up and then get the scooter to take all your luggage and your food. So not very practical, but you're much closer to the ski trails. This is a ski trail, but I mean to Ustaoset and all the rest of it once you're up here. So I mean, maybe you just do it in summer and have lots of canned food and dry food and not eat too much fresh. There's no driving here in winter. Anyway, the ice too. So he's still drilling. Just raised the drill and he's going to put it down again in a little bit. Amazing, no water there. Who would have thought? I thought most of these places had water, unless they collect rainwater. I doubt it though. Or maybe they all have private wells. Hard to say. Well, see how the stabilization works. Not very well compared to the GoPro, but anyway, I missed the yellow house. I had to go back up a bit, then left. But that's alright. I need some berries and OJ anyway, so I'll go by the store. The Bua. I think they're out of cherries, but they had strawberries and raspberries. And I think they may have been Norwegian strawberries. Very expensive, about God knows what, 78 kroners a kilo. But gotta have them in summer. I struggle eating them all though, so maybe I'll just get raspberries. Raspberries are good. Surprising they're still in season actually. So I'll get some raspberries and some orange juice, and that'll do me. And then sausages. And then tomorrow I have to finish off the tartiflette. Sitting out, but I think it's cold enough. Could polish that off tonight, but then it's going to pour tomorrow, so no sausages. So, well, here's the road. Grilling in the rain, grilling. Barbecuing in the rain, sausages, no fun. I'm over that. That's got to be good weather for that, for the barbecue. So I can fire that up this afternoon, maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock before it starts raining. But I'll do the videos first. I haven't done a video in a long time. Not since last year, more or less. I don't think. So, hardly when I did a few this winter, and that's the last time, and I was up at Ustaoset in January. I did a few skiing videos. Not many, because I didn't get to do too many trips. The weather was a bit atrocious. I can't remember whether I did 5 or 6 for 3 or 4 weeks there. So anyway, and there's the chairs coming up. So you can always have a break here for a shorter walk. A lot of traffic today. A lot of people out. Well, there's Ustaoset. And that was Ustaoset Centrum. Anyway, the view. Well, that looks like a well to me, actually. Unless it's sewerage. Hard to say. Maybe they have to have wells up just up here as well. No idea. Anyway, okay. Well, it says, whoops. It says Vanwerk, which is no admittance. Waterworks. And then that's the guy with all the dogs. Drives around here on a, there he is, on a sled. Or on a wheelie buggy, on a buggy pulled by like 10 dogs in summer, and then obviously a sled in winter. Well, gas station behind there, and then that's us over there. So this is the last of the footage, I think. Thanks for joining us on this trip, and we'll see you on the flip side. No drones though. God, wow, so disappointing. So, but edit the video first, I think, and then sausage time in a few hours anyway. It's only, how was it? It's 10 past, I left at 1/2 So from the top of the hill down only took me 40 minutes. So a little faster going down. My boots seem to be okay, so that's not so good going down, but they were fine going up, so I can use them. These toes are a little squished, but I'm going to do something about my toenails. Anyway, alright, so home sweet home. Don't have audio OS on here, so that's too bad. Alright, I have to dig out the keys. I think it's not going to rain just yet. Not like those clouds, but I think we're good for a bit. Anyway, alright, time to do the video. Okay.